Hey everybody, it's Johnny P, the Painted Coach, and as promised, I thought I would share some of my thoughts and feelings on this third lockdown that we're facing. And this one's taken me a while to sort of work it through, because this is from something that happened on Sunday, but I'm trying to think it through my mind and try to articulate it, and it's been quite hard, but I think I've got it. So on Sunday, I was looking on my social media feed on Facebook, and lots of ads come up, do you know what I mean? And they're always selling something, and it was interesting because this ad came up for some trousers, and they were amazing trousers, and they could do this and they could do that, and I was just about to make that emotional purchase, I call it. This feeling came up, I've got to have them, and I was just about to buy them, and they were like 60 odd quid, and then I just caught myself. I said, hold on a minute, JP. Do I really need them? Let this emotion pass, because I know how advertisers work. They tap into our emotional needs, and then they obviously try to sell us something. But then this took me on a different journey, and I started to think about this around the cost of accumulation. So then on Sunday, I decided to have a real good clear out. And I mean, went to my wardrobes and I started to look at all the stuff that I'd accumulated over time. And there was so much stuff that basically I know that I just brought on an emotional impulse to make me feel a certain way. So like I must have had about 7 shirts, 6 pairs of jeans, you know what I mean? And just shoes, about 7 or 8 pairs of shoes, just loads of stuff that actually I'd accumulated. And the thing is with accumulation, I started to think is there is a cost to accumulation. Obviously there's a cost to buy it, so that's a financial cost, but then there's a cost to obviously store it, whatever it is. There's also the cost of organising it and sorting it all out, and there's a cost of our attention. So there's all these hidden costs to this accumulation that we get caught into. And I started to really think about, actually, our needs are really small. So I had a massive clear out. I just simplified everything. I cut myself down to 3 pairs of jeans. I don't need any more than that. I went down to 3 pairs of shoes. I cleared out all the shirts that I haven't worn for ages. And I just started to clear everything and started to really just simplify things a little bit. And then I started to think about, actually, when you look at the things that you value, what does it really tell you about what you value? And I think that's a really important question. And I asked this to myself and I started to think, what is it that I really value? I've got all these objects and we get caught into it, but actually they're not the real things that I value. When I talk about values, it's about who I want to be. It's the qualities that I bring to my behaviour. And actually, a lot of this stuff that I'd accumulated and cost me a fortune, I didn't value it at all. And what I really value is freedom. And this thinking of, actually, I want freedom later on. I want to be able to make some choices. And I started to think, well, if I keep spending all this money on these things, then actually that's not what I value. What I value is later on is to have freedom to make some choices, to enjoy things that maybe I can't have now. So that then started thinking me about my financial situation and about what I spend money on. And actually what I want to spend money on is my freedom for later. So that stopped me buying things. So it's quite an interesting story really around accumulation, that we accumulate things. We've just become, sort of this creatures of buying things, and a lot of it have emotions because I want it. But when you look at it, what does it really tell you? When you value something, what does it really then tell you about your values? And then this accumulation, we accumulate things. We must have this, we must have that. And you think about it, a lot of it is about a feeling, about the way you want to look, the way you want to look to others. But actually, when you think about our needs, Our absolute needs are really, really small. We just add complexity to them because we want all these different things. So what I've done now, and I wanted to share it with you, is I've just had a good clear out. I've bagged everything up. There was that 2 bags of clothing and stuff that I don't wear, and that will go to the charity shop, so that will add value, and that's a big value of mine, giving out and helping to others. It's simplified my life now. I'm not confused. I'm not making decisions about what I want to wear. I've just really, really simplified everything, and that's really helped with my psychological welfare, really, and well-being, because I'm not having to make all these choices or feel that I need these things. And that really started just from that one advert on my Facebook feed about, oh, you really need these trousers, when actually I already had 6 or 7 pairs of trousers in my wardrobe. But how do we get caught into it so easily? Because they're tapping into emotional needs. But actually, that's not what I value. What I value is friendship. What I value is my family. What I value is my own personal freedom, my well-being, my health, my psychological well-beings are all the things that I value. Not another pair of trousers just to hang up in my wardrobe, just to give me that little emotional need at that point in time. Anyway, look, I know I ramble on a little bit, but I think it's really important sometimes to talk what's on our mind and really express ourselves. And hopefully this helps, that, you know, collecting stuff has its cost. This accumulation has a cost anyway. If you really think about it, what we accumulate really, really does make an impact in our lives. And I think once we're aware of that, we can make some choices then. And I made the choice not to buy those trousers and save myself 50, 60 quid and keep that in my bank for my later future freedom, which I really, really value. And that's what I really want. Anyway, look, have a great day, an amazing week, usual stuff. Keep thinking. Keep that mind active. It's so important. I write lots of stuff down. I've got my little promise pad here where I write myself little promises and little things that I'm thinking. Really, really helpful sometimes to unpack all these thoughts. But have a good one, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care.